Today I thought I'd make a video of my skincare collection. I've tried to keep it as minimal as possible, so I will go through each item and the reason why I have each item. First of all, I have this E45 Hydrating Moisturiser. I only use two moisturisers because I have this skin tint. It was in one of my other videos, the Blur It Out Rimmel one, and I find that I don't know if it's because they have different bases. I heard that if you have a silicone base or water based and use the same or something or different, it can repel each other or something. So I ended up having to get another moisturiser, and I found that E45 one worked better with that skin tint. Otherwise, I would be quite happy with this Neutrogena one because I quite like that. And the E45 one's quite expensive. The Neutrogena one is about £5 a bottle on Amazon, and the E45 one for that small bottle is £7.50, I think it is. So I would definitely save money. So I don't know, maybe I could leave the moisturizer, the other one, to kind of settle into my skin a bit first, and then maybe it would work better. Maybe I'll try that at some point because I would quite like to condense it more. And like I said, the Neutrogena one's a lot cheaper. So yeah, and then the Neutrogena one, I used to use an Aveeno one, and that I ended up looking on Yucca and that had a bad rating. And I will try and add the ratings of these products onto the video from the Yucca app. I'm trying to trying to replace my products for more low toxic kind of products. Um, so yeah, the Neutrogena one I've been using a while. It lasts so long as well, and sometimes it can be on offer for £3 a bottle, which is a big bargain. It's also unscented. A lot of my products I try to get unscented or low scented because I have eczema and really sensitive skin, so it really helps. Next, I've got the Paw lip balm, Dr. Paw lip balm, and that's got also a good rating on Yucca. I swapped that out from, so I used to have, it was, I think it was Blistex, and it was a relief cream, and I used that, and that was quite good, but it just wasn't the best. I couldn't actually look up the rating on that, but I presume it probably wasn't very great. So I swapped it out for the Dr. Paw lip balm, and I have to apply it a lot more regularly, but yeah, it's really great, and there's, not very many bad things in it. In fact, I don't think there is any bad things in it. But I will try and upload throughout the video screenshots from the Yucca app of these products too. Next, it's actually a deodorant for men, but I've been using it for me. It's kind of like a cream kind of base sort of product. And you have to put it on manually, like with your fingers and that. But it's really good. I had another one from the range. I think it was like a lemon one, and I just couldn't get on with that. So I've been using this one, and it's quite pricey. It's about £12, I think, per jar of it, but it does last quite a long time, probably about 3 to 4 months, and it is a lot better for me. Here you can see the texture of the deodorant. It's kind of like a balm, sort of, it's trying to zoom out, a sort of balm sort of based kind of cream. I think you can get little wooden spatulas to apply these kind of ones on, but I don't really see the harm in just applying it and then I just wash my hands afterwards. Sometimes it does go a bit crumbly, but yeah, it's quite good apart from that. The next item I have is a shea butter, a jar of shea butter. This was fairly expensive. It was £8.50 a jar, which, I mean, it lasts such a long time that it doesn't really matter. So I bought this in a little shop. I live in Dorset, down south, and there's a little shop in Swanage, and it was selling this, and I thought I'd give it a go, and it's been so good. I can use it on my skin. In fact, I'd love to just use it as a moisturiser all the time, but it just takes so long to soak into my skin. But maybe in time, maybe if I planned ahead, maybe I could use it. But it is also quite stiff to get out of the pot. Um, you have to kind of take it out and then rub it together in your fingers. So I do that, and also I have quite sort of wavy, frizzy hair. So I tend to, if I'm leaving it a bit more natural, I will get a bit of this and I'll like rub it in between my fingers and warm it up, and then I'll run it through my hair, and it just gets rid of the frizz so well. It's really good. But I've also found it great as a moisturiser. I put it on my hands get quite dry a lot, so I put it on my hands, and I use it sometimes on my face when I have really dry patches, and it's really good. The last product I have to show you is this Green People Scent Free Sun Cream. I really like this sun cream. I struggled for years finding a sun cream that I found was good for my skin, that would, sort of not leave that sticky, horrible feeling. And I did a lot of research into sun creams, and I looked into it, and it was saying how sort of toxic and not to- I suppose toxic is the word, but how harmful, I guess, your sort of everyday sun creams are because of the products that are in them. I will try and see if I can find an old sun cream that I used to have with the yucca rating and the list of products in it compared to this one. I mean, this one's still not brilliant, but it's tons better. It's a zinc based sun cream, so you do have to rub it in quite a bit, but I've used it on both me and my son, and it really is good. Unfortunately, they only go up to 30 SPF, but I find that works well for us. I'm not sure how it would work in maybe a really hot country because I live in the UK, so we don't get tons of sun. But when we had that heat wave not too long ago, we've used it during then, and my partner also used it during then, and he was absolutely fine with it. So yeah, I think it's really good. It is quite thick, like I said, but yeah, it's been the best product so far. And after a while, it sort of sinks into your skin, and you just don't even notice it's there. It also has a very, very minimal like scent to it. So yeah, it's been perfect for our skin really. So I'd highly recommend that. So yeah, these are my all my products that I have for my skincare. I'm trying to keep it as minimal as possible. I think maybe in the future I could probably get it down a bit further. Maybe get rid of the E45 one. But the other products I'd quite like to keep. They have been really great. I didn't know whether to include the deodorant. I guess that is kind of skincare, but so yeah, these are my 6 items that I have for my skincare. So as I was editing my video, I ended up realising that I left out a product. This product is olive oil, and I keep it in a spray bottle. I use it for cooking, but I also use it as a cleanser. So that is part of my skincare products that I use, and I find it so great to use. It's better than the micellar water I used to use, and I find it doesn't dry out my skin as much. I don't think it would be great to use if you have really oily skin, but luckily I don't. I do around certain like times of the month, but aside from that, it's brilliant, and I use it as a cleanser. I just spray a little bit onto a cotton pad, and it's great.